Welcome back, everyone, to our Gemini adoption series. We're almost towards the end of our Gemini adoption series, and in today's module, we're going to be covering a different topic. So, before we start our webinar today, some of you might see me in my previous webinar, but for today, maybe some of you are new to it. So, let me introduce myself first. My name is Brenda from G-AsiaPacific, and we are Google's premier partner, and I will be the speaker for today's module. So today, our module will be covering about NotebookLM. So I'm not sure if any of you have been using NotebookLM, and probably some of you have tested out before. So throughout this webinar today, I will be talking about NotebookLM, and will be explaining to you on how you can make use of it. So first is I am going to cover about extracting insights from a very dense documents. So we've all been there. You have a massive document, a huge data set, or an endless email thread. So you will need to find a key takeaway from those very huge or a very long conversation of documents. So the process of sifting through all these documents isn't just time consuming, but it also kind of, drains your own mental well-being, right? Because there's a lot of things for you to go through and you don't really have much time. So think about the last time you have to do this and how much time have you wasted, and what are the important tasks that you can do while going through all these documents. So this is a problem we face every day, and it's holding us back from focusing on what truly matters. So today we are going to talk about a better way on how you can reduce that. So this slide that you are looking at right now is showing you the challenges that we usually face. So first, you will be having a document, and there's a lot for you to read, especially reports, maybe a 20 or 100 pages of report, and you don't really have the time to go through it. So first is summarizing disparate information. So first and foremost, when you get a document, of course, you want to know what is this document about, right? So how do we take information from multiple separate sources and synthesize it into one coherent takeaway? And then second, we are going to talk about drawing insights from complex data. So second, once we have all the information, how do we find the patterns? How do we identify the meaningful insights and not just the raw data? Then the last one we are going to talk about is sharing content with collaborators. So finally, how do you make all of these documents or information accessible? How do we quickly, effectively share our findings with other people and at the same time work on it? So Notebook LM actually can help us doing all this stuff. So Notebook LM in a simple term is an AI-powered research tools which can save your time, especially when you need to do some research or you need to improve something in your documents or your reports or in your research itself. So here, actually on this slide, it's showing you the definition of what is Notebook LM. So it is an AI research and writing tool designed to help you find, summarize, and gain insights faster while grounded in your organization's shared informations. So, yep, as I have mentioned earlier, Notebook LM is your personalized AI learning companion. It's a notebook, a digital notebook, but it has AI in it. So, now we are going to talk about what if all the stuff that you need to do. For example, summarizing stuff, finding insights, and sharing information could be solved. So the solution is AI powered insights and summaries. And with Notebook LM, they are now just a click away, because I believe everyone, even if you are on a basic plan, you can actually use the Notebook LM. So if you're on the basic plan of Google Workspace, you probably have the basic Notebook LM also. So you can use that. Not only that it's available on the higher SKUs, but those who are in the basic SKUs, you are able to have access into Notebook LM. Okay. All right. In this slide, you will be able to see that you are able to upload a few sources, various type of sources into Notebook LM to help you do your research or do your report. You can upload website links, slides, docs, PDF, text, or audio into Notebook LM, and you can upload up to 50 sources per notebook, and there is a limit of 500K of words per source. All right, so you can ask as much question as you want, and you can upload up to 50 sources so that you will be able to pull or crawl informations for your reports or your research. Okay, now we are going to talk about key features that Notebook LM has. So with Notebook LM, you can quickly get up to speed on dense or complex reading material. You can upload documents in various formats, as we have shared earlier, which is from the websites, the links from websites, slides, docs, PDF, text, or even audio. And to make things even easier, you can use pre-made prompts like study guide or briefing document options to get started right away. Okay, then the main value added for Notebook LM is being your research and note-taking assistant, which I have also shared earlier. It's your companion. It can be a notebook, but a digital notebook, but assisted with AI. So you can just upload your sources into here, ask question and get answer. And yeah, it's like doing your studies, but in an easier way. So another key feature here is that you can share your knowledge and collaborate with others. So imagine being able to instantly share critical knowledge and collaborate seamlessly with Notebook LM. You can create a single comprehensive notebook containing all the relevant documents, whether it's for example, if you are in HR, then whether it's for onboarding new employees, and if you are in the as a product manager, detailing product information or outlining a class topic if you're an educator, and then share it with your team. But it goes beyond simply sharing documents. You can grant others the ability to add or remove sources. So allowing everyone to contribute within shared knowledge base. This fosters true collaboration and ensures everyone has access to the most up-to-date information within your team. So you can see in this slide right here, you can share the notebook with someone as an editor or even as a viewer. Okay. All right, now I am going to share with you the few use cases that we have gathered. So here you can see there are different departments within an organization. So you will see that most of the use cases can be used by the sales department, HR department on training and onboarding, marketing in their research for communication and blog posts, for educators, for them to come out with their teaching and learning materials, customer support when it comes to FAQs, and then product development is where you can add your product specifications, ask it to design some documents, and get feedback reports. So basically, NotebookLM helps teams organize info and create insights faster. So we've went through the key benefits, right? So from keeping your data privacy and secure, keeps your data privacy and also secure your data, grounded information you trust. So meaning that Notebook LM only able to access into documents or information which you have access to, and it only gets to pull information from the web. All right. And then it can also help you to get insights or a snap of information. And then also, last but not least, if you need your notebook to be in another language, you can prompt the Notebook LM to give you the language that you prefer. All right. So now, how to extract digestible insights using NotebookLM. So I will be sharing you a video on how you can leverage on NotebookLM. So in this video, he will be going through with you on how you can start with uploading your sources and how you can go on with NotebookLM.
Hi, this is an overview for NotebookLM. So NotebookLM is a new product to the Workspace lineup. It just became a core product, and this video is going to show you how to get started. So first thing to do, go to notebooklm.google.com. That'll open up your dashboard. If you have any existing notebooks, they're going to show up down here. And if you're new to the product, well, let's start by creating a new one. By clicking that button, it'll open up the NotebookLM dashboard. You can see that's broken up into 3 frames. You have sources, chat, and studio. So sources, this is where you're going to add your content. And chat is where you can interact with the Gemini large language model. And all of its responses are going to be grounded in the content that you add. The superpower this gives you is you can add very many sources, and then you can draw inferences across all of those different sources. Can be incredibly valuable when you're doing things like research, planning, any time where you need to draw ideas that take insight across a lot of different sources of content. That all happens in chat. Finally, over here in Studio, this is where you can use NotebookLM to create content based on your information. So for example, it can create a podcast where 2 different hosts will discuss your content. You can create a study guide, briefing document, FAQ, timeline. We're going to get into all of this. For this video, I'm going to show how to add sources and a quick look at getting started with chat. So let's start with sources. Click on Add Source, and you can drag and drop files here. It supports PDF, .txt, Markdown, or audio. You can also add Google Drive content. You can add links to websites, YouTube videos, or you can just paste text. So I've got a few links up here. Let's add those in. For this example, I'm going to use NotebookLM to research NotebookLM. So I've got a few different sites here. First is 8 expert tips for getting started. And let's go ahead and add that in. This is a website. We'll paste the URL and insert. Next, we're going to add this documentation page. It's about NotebookLM versus LM Plus. Let's come back here, add the source, website, paste, and insert. Next, I'm going to add this Google Doc. I found this guide for project management using NotebookLM, and add a source, Google Docs, paste the URL. You only have access to content through NotebookLM that you can access directly in Drive. So if there's a file that you're not added to, you're not going to be able to access it through NotebookLM. All the same permissions apply here. Add that URL, it'll filter out your content, select the source, add it in. Finally, let's get the URL for this YouTube video. This is a YouTube video by Jeff Su. Excellent video. I highly recommend it. It's a great overview about how to get started in NotebookLM. I'll come back to here, add my source, click YouTube, paste the URL, and insert. Great, so we've got these sources. Now we can use the chat to interact with Gemini, and its responses will be grounded based on the context I just added. So for example, let's take the persona of a product marketing manager, and let's ask for a few use cases. Just like with the Gemini app, you can have multi-turn prompting here. So this is a conversation. Based on the results, you can ask follow-up questions. You can see that all of the results that were produced by Gemini are all grounded. So you can see the sources here. This one is, you'll see direct links to where that information came from. And again, as you add lots and lots of sources here, you can draw insights, but you can also then see where the response is coming from across these different sources. Next, I'm going to leave it here for now for the overview video. We've got a new notebook created. We've added a few sources. We've done an initial chat. Come back and look at the other videos for a more in-depth view about what we can do with chat and using the studio.
All right, so in the video, they have shared with you on how you can start using your NotebookLM from uploading your sources such as PDF, Google Docs, or even links. And then from there, you can ask NotebookLM to help you digest whatever they have in the sources, and you can start to ask questions. And yeah, you can after that share it with any other collaborators who you want to work with, and then work on the particular report or research or whatever you want to do with that notes that you have, and work with it and share with it within your organization itself. So I guess we're almost at the end of our session today. I hope you have gained some insights or knowledge when it comes to NotebookLM. Since everyone is already, you have access to NotebookLM itself. So make use of it, test it out. And then as we have shared earlier, you have the podcasts which can help you with the notebook. Maybe you are a person who don't really like to, text, but you like to have some calls. So having the podcast of a lady and a man talking with each other. So it's an AI talking with each other. So you can also ask questions when they are talking, right? You can just click on the button and then ask question. And not only that, you need to ask question through the text box, but you can also talk with the AI and make your own notes. Okay, so now it's time for you to test your knowledge based on the slides and based on the webinar that we have today. So feel free to scan the QR code and submit your answers. And the winner will be announced in our last session of the adoption series, which is on our 6th module. And the winner will be receiving a Grab voucher. I will be holding the screen for you for 5 minutes for you to do the quiz. And don't leave yet. We'll be saying goodbye before we end the session. I hope everyone was able to scan the QR code and submit your answers. So I hope everyone gains a lot of knowledge and insights from today's session. And we hope to see you in our last session, which is next week. We will be talking about our next module, but you'll find out about the module next week. So bye and have a good day.